Well, hello, hello, hello. Much love to you all. I have a quick update need to give. Imagine a lot is going to go down while I'm on vacation, and I will not be able to give any of it. But look out on the community tab. I will post links to things if anything major happens that you guys can go read it. But I will not be having videos. I really need this time with my family and the Lord, as some things have been brought up that I definitely need some alone time with the Lord and my family. So, anyways, it's going to go down on the Mexican border. I already know it's going to. And if everybody remembers, it's some of the newer people been following the channel haven't known some of the things said, but on people who've been following the channel for a while, December 31st, the Lord told me to keep your eye on Syria. I have some more news with Syria, and I have some more inside footage with the attacks that are happening in Israel. So we're going to go over these few things here. Remember, Jesus is the only way. There is no other way to the Father. Many people think in today's era that there's many ways to the Father, but this is a heresy to even say. So I'm going to bring up some of these things here. We see that Israel has not agreed to halt targeted killings of terrorists, sources say. There's been peace talks, but they refuse. And we know that Gallant had said they were going to amp up. And they have been going after the Islamic jihadist terrorists. They have now eliminated about 10 high ranking officials and about 12 lower ranking officials. So the attacks have been increasing over there. Here's where they had killed one of the people, May 11th, today. This is where they had struck and killed one of the other people, Commander Ali Galai. Um, Says the senior defense source on Thursday denied that Israel has ever agreed to cease targeted killings against the Islamic jihadists. There was a lot of reports saying that they were going to have a talk about ceasefire, but they're saying we've never had a talk. They said we have not even agreed to any of these things. Expect this to ramp up because remember, during the whole month of Ramadan, which was the same month in April that Passover had happened, they were banned from even going to the Temple Mount. And we've seen that when I'd given the report that the Lord said, keep your eyes on Syria. And the next day on January 1st, Syria got bombed by Israel. And then, of course, Syria retaliated with shooting back at Israel. And then not long after that, the swarm of earthquakes that hit Turkey and Syria was big. And then we know that Iran had lied and had basically done a little ploy, that like a ploy like we had seen in the book of Joshua, where they said they're sending humanitarian aid, but they were sending missiles, and they continued to fire these missiles back. And now we see that, of course, the Islamic jihadists have been attacking the Temple Mount left and right. Well, the clashes continue, and they continue to escalate. So all these links will be in a description, but it says that Islamic Jihad operative responsible for the rockets killed in the IDF targeted attack. This was one of the latest attacks that had happened where they had taken him out. I'll have a link to yesterday's video if people have not seen it. It says that the most recent IDF strike in the Gaza Strip targeted the deputy commander of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad rocket division. So here's another confirmed takeout that they took out another person. It says that despite the intense statement being made by Israel and Islamic Jihad, both groups have significantly reduced their attacks on each other as of 2:30 p.m. on Thursday compared to Wednesday. No, it's a lot more later over there right now. It says that there was some 507 rockets, and IDF had undertaken 158 airstrikes on the terror group. Now, some of the rockets that were fired, the Iron Dome and the David Sling, it did not stop all of them. First of all, there was a lot of them that still did hit. So it says that there has only been 40 rockets, and the IDF has struck only 8 targets on Thursday morning. That's including the ones of yesterday, too. So like I said, it's really been amping up. I'm getting ready to show some video of some of this stuff over here. We see that David's Sling made its first interception yesterday. This was the first time they had used David's Sling aerial defense system. We see here in this video, I'm not going to play the sound, but we see that people are taking cover in Tel Aviv as rockets were being fired. They were taking cover. David Sling, produced by Rafael Advanced Defense System, is capable of intercepting rockets and missiles at a range of 40 to 300 kilometers. That's up to 185 miles. David Sling, also known as the Magic Wand, has been operational in Israel since 2017 and makes up the middle tier of Israel's multi-layer defense capabilities, which include short-range Iron Dome and top-level Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 systems. They've had this for a while, but this is one of the first times they've really had to use it. In 2018, in its first known operational use, 2 interceptor missiles of David's Sling system were fired at rockets launched from Syria. This is one of the first times they've had to use it as much as they did, which tells you that the Iron Dome was not enough. They had to launch more. So I'm going to go in here and show, first of all, a thumbnail of some of the attacks that were happening. As we can see, this is a lot of the area that has been hit in the Gaza Strip. Find this per Google Earth. Here's some footage. It's just a lot, guys. It's a lot. Then we got this. In case anybody's wondering, I get footage sent to me that a lot of the news medias will not show. As you can tell, they're all selfie. One more.
أخذتوا حاجة إسرائيل؟ لا أخذوا.
Guys, it's continuing to get pretty bad over there, but been talking about this for a while too. The meeting finally happened between Turkey, Syria, and Russia and Iran, holding high-level talks since the Syrian war. We know that Syria is being possibly reinstated to the Arab League since the civil war had happened. This happened in Moscow, a huge meeting yesterday. We know that this is a Magog and Gog alliance. These are some of the countries mentioned in Ezekiel and in the book of Revelation that will form together to make this pact. And of course, everyone on this panel here, they do not like Israel. At some point in time, especially with the things that are going on in Israel with the increased attacks, you can only think that Iran is most likely going to make a move here really soon. But these links will be in the description. This has been one of the first times since the 12-year civil war that has happened. They had a huge high-level talk yesterday, so not a lot being said about what happened in this talk, but we see that in a total of maybe a little less time than this, maybe almost 17 hours now, the end of Title 42 is going to happen, and there's been a lot of clashing at the Mexican border right now. There's a lot of people lined up on the border. The impact of Title 42's end is going to have big implications across this whole country. Um, it says Abbott is likely to ramp up the number of buses heading to NYC, Chicago, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, and other cities in the coming weeks and months, because as many of these people are coming across, Abbott's going to ship them off to even places like New York City, since they're not helping on the border there. Biden administration plans to send 900 additional soldiers to the border by the end of May. But this ends tonight. We're talking another 20 days before we send anybody there. This is not going to be pretty with what's going to be happening over here. There is going to be a mass level of illegals expected to coming across the border. The time is ticking down. Barbed wire has been placed. Guys, we see between everything that is happening in the world, we are seeing the signs of the times. Jesus is coming really soon. We've got to live our lives for Christ right now. Things are getting bad, and they're only going to get worse. What do we expect to see in this nation? Maybe not bombs and rockets like Israel, but maybe some home front territory war. Right now, Texas is experiencing gunfire going back and forth from the border. We're talking like since the Alamo, things like this happening. This might be a really, really big thing that is going to take place in this nation. It could sculpt this nation and change this nation forever with what's about to happen. So, guys, much love to you all. Keep your heads up. Tomorrow and Saturday, I will share the last two studies we've done. We know that how the YouTube algorithm is. Please like and sometimes check. They like to take the like button off. Share these things out if you can. This channel, we are shadow banned highly, and I spend my life trying to teach you guys the Bible and giving you guys real biblical news, not just news, biblical news, things that are biblical proportioned. I take a lot of time in prayer and fasting with everything that I give out here to everybody. I don't do this for a pat on the back. I do this because people need true watchmen. And I'm telling you, there's not really any on the YouTube, guys. They're either focused on placing dates, or they're focused on making a show of things. A watchman is supposed to give you scripture. A watchman is supposed to relate you to the word of God. A watchman is supposed to tell you of the things that are happening. And I'm not seeing this with a lot of things that are happening on this YouTube or even in general. So much love to you all. Keep your heads up. I will miss you guys as I'm out. I'll be back on Sunday. Potentially, I may have to make a video after preaching on Sunday, because then I'm going to be gone Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I may have to, but on those days I'm gone, if anything major happens, I will share on the community tab. I will not make a video. I will share something on the community tab just to alert you guys. There'll still be the verse of the day every day on the channel, a 6 a.m. prayer on Facebook. Just because I'm on a vacation, a true watchman, they're never really able to take a vacation. You still have to alert, and you still have to do things. I just won't be making videos. So much love to you all.